Oops, what happened to my music?
Ito ang Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang naiiba at kakaibang plataporma sa digital broadcast. Mula Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao hanggang sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang sandigan ng sambayanan mula sa walang labis at walang kulang na pagbabalita, paglilingkod, maglalahad ng mga mapagbuong komentaryo at usaping pambayan para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, tuwirang maglilingkod ngayon hanggang sa susunod na henerasyon. Buhay Online, Chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, Chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techiemommy, si Jaye C. Bautista.
Hello, happy Tuesday everyone! Magandang umaga po. Welcome to Buhay Online. Thank you. Bakit parang blurry yung aking nakikita dito graphics, whatever. Anyway, happy Tuesday to everyone. Welcome to Buhay Online. At I'd like to welcome our friends who are in this show this morning. Happy Tuesday. And dito po sa Pampanga, medyo umuulan, okay? Medyo umuulan po. And, well, at least, it feels like a pretty cool weather we're having because nga umulan this morning. But yeah, I also know from my students from Japan, it's been raining in Japan too. Sabi nga nila, 2 weeks ago daw, they had spring weather. Pero ngayon, parang winter weather ulit daw kasi ang lamig-lamig sa Japan. I know it's actually colder in California. Yesterday, it was like 17 degrees in America, pero doon sa Japan, 12. So, mas malamig, right? But, yun na nga. This climate change is causing this change in weather changes and temperature, right? But anyway, magandang umaga po. Happy Tuesday po sa lahat. Okay? Marami tayong papag-usapan, maraming hindi pa natapos yesterday, na pwede nating tapusin today at daanan. But on the one hand muna po, of course, patuloy pa rin po yung prevailing contention na parang mumuhupa na yung effect nitong virus. Although, of course, people are still getting infected, right? Yes. But the death rate is decreasing, no? Although, yun na nga, naano ka na sa Hong Kong yata, or China namamatay sa Omicron, parang, I don't know, siguro merong yung mga namatay na yun, mga may comorbidities or existing conditions. But kasi all over the world, yun na nga, the effects of the Omicron is not that severe or serious. And then they're trying to not have the Delta-Cron effect, pero diba sabi nga yun sa sinabi ko na dito before, myth lang yung Delta-Cron kasi it's a combination of many variants of the virus, right? Hindi na natin malaman ngayon kung flu or what. But anyway, COVID cases down by 12%. Ayan ang po ang magandang balita doon, is that COVID cases are down by 12%. Diba? Well, so ayan na nga, every day parang it gets better, It really gets better, and which is why we're happy to know that na bumubuti ang ating condition sa health, right? So, COVID cases down by 12% according to the Department of Health, okay? COVID cases update as of Monday po ito, no? As of yesterday. Ang healthcare utilization o yung mga gumagamit ng hospital bed sa ICU, okay, pakita ko na nga. Kasi maganda itong pakita actually. Let me just bring it up, no? Pasensya na po. Please bear with me. I just want to bring it up because I just saw it. Okay? It's good to know, okay? So, sandali lang po. Buti na ipakita ko dyan para maano nating mabuti, right? This is it. Ay, ano ba yan? Ano nangyari dito? Sorry. Pasensya na po. Alright. Ayun. Okay, better. Okay, pasensya na ulit, okay? Konting tiis lang po. Please bear with me as I give you information. Okay? As we know it, as we experience it. Okay? Dahil po sa ating technology, pwede tayo magkaroon ng updates as it happens, right? Today is April 5 in the year of our Lord. Okay. So let me just bring it up, please. Please bear with me. Ito po ang ating COVID update as of yesterday. No? There you go. Ayan. O, yan po. O, di ba? Yan, tumakit na sa face ko. But it's okay. There you go. Okay? Ayan po. As clear as day yan. Kita nyo? Alright? So, I was talking about it. Okay? Ang healthcare utilization, yung mga use ng non-ICU bed utilization sa mga ospital is at 16.7%. Ang ICU bed utilization naman, 16.5%, mas bumaba. Severe and critical admissions are 692. Vaccination accomplishment po natin, fully vaccinated sa Pilipinas, 66,125,962. Individuals with boosters, marami-rami na rin, 12,154,567. At the new cases from March 28 to April 3, sa buong kapuluan ay 2,679. Average cases per day is down to 382 as opposed to thousands po nung araw, 12,000. Napakamagandang balita. At deaths during the past week, 329 sa buong country. Medyo mataas yun in the past week. Anyway, the Department of Health or DOH on Monday reported that as of April 3, there were 692 severe and critical patients of COVID-19 admitted in various hospitals. Pero ito po ang tala hanggang April 3, right? From March 28 to April 3, 2,679 new cases were recorded sa country po. Ang average number of new cases per day this week was 382, down by 2% compared to the cases on March 21 to 27. So, meron naman pong development, bumaba po. Kahit na 2% lang yun, the fact remains that bumababa. Okay? Meanwhile, 329 people died of the disease. Parang dami. Of the 2,990 intensive care unit beds for patients with COVID-19, 492 were occupied. Uy! So, maliit na percentage. 16 point, yan sabi na yan? 16.2, right? 16.5% rather, okay? Very good. So, more than 16.7% of the 25,340 non-ICU COVID-19 beds were in use, okay? Sabihin yan, ito na yung mga normal na sakit, hindi COVID. Mas mataas ang percentage na nasa ospital na. Hindi na natalo ng COVID, no? More than 66 million individuals or 73.47% of the target population have been vaccinated against COVID-19, okay? While 12.1 million have received their booster shots, okay? So, ayan po ang magandang balita regarding, okay, COVID-19, okay? So, ano naman, of course, we're still in the Philippines. Let's find out po yung tungkol sa Taal Volcano and yung nag-erupt. Ano po ang condition sa Taal na yon? Taal subnormal activity is decreasing, okay? 11 hours ago, this was in the news, The volcano appears to be showing signs of decreasing activity. Good news po yan. With only 3 earthquakes, including 1 volcanic tremor lasting 3 minutes, recorded over the past 24 hours. Pero yun na nga po, nakakatakot, may activity pa rin, ano? The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology, or PVOLCS, said Taal's current plumes or emissions could be described as weak at 98 meters high and drifting southwest. Salamat naman po at humina na. As of yesterday, alert level 3 remained hoisted over Taal volcano following a phreatogmatic eruption on March 26. Okay? The eruption forced thousands of families to seek refuge at mag-evacuate po sa mga evacuation centers. People said it is still monitoring Taal, volcanic activity to determine if the alert level could be downgraded to level 2. Under alert level 3, entry in Taal Volcano Island or the permanent danger zone and in high-risk barangays of Agoncillo and Laurel is prohibited. So, bawal pong pumunta sa Tagaytay ngayon. So, huwag na kayong mag-attempt. Okay? Alert level 3 pa po doon. Okay? All activities in Taal Lake like fishing as well as flying of aircraft close to the volcano are not allowed due to possible sudden explosive eruptions. Freevolk said 17 volcanic earthquakes, including 4 volcanic tremors lasting 1 to 3 minutes, were recorded from Saturday to Sunday. Okay? Meanwhile, President Duterte yesterday inspected the Mataas na Kahoy Evacuation Center, located in one of the towns in Batangas affected by the Taal eruption in 2020. The evacuation center, which was inaugurated on March 31, can accommodate about 150 families or 600 persons. Bearing the lessons we have learned from the eruption in January 2020, I directed agencies to establish evacuation centers in affected local government units such as Lipa, Batangas, and Tanawan, Batangas, as well as the towns of Malvar, Laurel, and Talisay. Duterte, sanabi yan ng ating Pangulo. Now that we are experiencing challenges brought by the recent eruptions of Taal volcano, I am confident that the evacuation center in Mataas na Kahoy will be of great service to our affected kababayans. Duterte thanked the agencies and people behind the construction of the evacuation center. It is during these times that the Bayanihan spirit burns even brighter in the hearts of Filipinos. It is when we become heroes for one another, demonstrating the highest form of compassion for our people. The Mataas na Kahoy Evacuation Center was built through the Building Adequate, Livable, Affordable, and Inclusive Filipino Communities or Balay Assistance Program of the Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development. Okay. So, salamat po sa balita na yon. Okay? Alright, tungkol sa Taal. Alright? So, okay, so more news po. Regarding, ayoko na yung mga masyadong sad news o mga violent news ayoko yan. Alright, so now let's go back to let's go naman international na ba tayo? Hindi pa. Hindi. Ito, this is something to be proud of, alright? Okay, let me just change my, kung anong i-highlight ko dito ngayon, okay? Let's put into the fore, this boy, si Grayson, okay? Ayan. Itong si Grayson, oops, hold on. Who is Grayson? Okay, let's find out. Ayan po. Yan po si Grayson. Dito ko na lang siya lagay. Para lang ako matakpan. Hold on. Table order. Okay, on top. Okay. There you go. Okay. Ayan. Sino ba ito? Who is Grayson? What is his last name? Okay. How an Oscar-winning duo and a Phil-Am singer became part of the coolest fictional boy band from Turning Red. Ano pong ibig sabihin nun? The Oscar-winning tandem of Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas O'Connell is behind the music of the coolest fictional boy band for town in Disney and Pixar's coming-of-age tale, Turning Red. Ito po yung latest na animated movie ng Pixar at saka ng Disney. Ang title po, Turning Red. They wrote, this tandem po, itong si Billie Eilish tsaka yung kapatid niyang si Phineas, they wrote 3 songs, including Nobody Like You, which shot to number 1 on the Spotify Global Viral Songs chart. The Four Towns song also debuted at number 50 on the Billboard Hot 100. Not bad for an imaginary boy band. So, hindi siya talagang boy band. Ano to? Virtual. Okay? This early, some pundits are saying that Billie Eilish and Phineas could possibly win another Oscar after taking home the Academy Award for Best Original Song last week for No Time to Die, the title tune of the latest James Bond film. Si Billie Eilish, super talented, no? Grabe ka, bata-bata. If you haven't seen Turning Red yet, which is still showing in Philippine cinemas, the story is about a 13-year-old Chinese-Canadian girl. Teka, maghanap na ako ng ano tungkol sa Turning Red para makita na. Hold on. Sandali lang, please. Turning Red. Gusto kong makita. That is what's good about technology, right? Is that you can anytime research, find out what you need to know. My God, nung unang panahon, wala naman tayong ganyan, right? Wala. Ang pagpupunta sa library ay sa must para makapag-research. Eh ngayon, swipe, click lang, alright? Yan ang Turning Red. Oh, wow. How cool. Nangyari dito? Bakit naging ganito? Ang cute. Alright, this is Turning Red. Let me just show you. Or can I just, what do I do? Patience, please po. Sandali lang. Turning Red is the latest, animated series ng Pixar at Disney. Napanood nga ito. Cute. Anyway, itong merong involvement dito. Okay? Ang Filipino na to. Right? Okay, let me just get it, please. Patience lang. Sandali lang po. Hi there. I'd like to welcome our friends to this show. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much for always watching. All right. Ay, ba't nawala? Ano nangyari? Hold on, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry po. Okay. I'll just get it ulit, pasensya na. Anyway, ito, so this movie, yung soundtrack, okay, or mga voice-over is from Billie Eilish. Saka yung brother niya si Phineas. At, sandali lang. Okay. Ayan. Ayan na. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ito yung movie. Right. Oh. Anong connection ni Grayson? Malalaman natin ngayon na. Alright? So, as I was saying, virtual boy band po yung nandito sa movie na ito, okay? If you haven't seen Turning Red yet, which is still showing in the Philippine cinemas, the story is about a 13-year-old Chinese-Canadian girl who turns into a giant red panda whenever she gets super emotional. So, ayan, siya yung giant red panda. Yung tag niya, yun yung Chinese-Canadian girl. Nagiging red panda siya. It is set in the early 2000s era of flip mobile phones. Okay, mga 2001, 2004, nung flip phones pa yung uso. CDs and boy bands. The animated film is so relatable, thanks also to the boy band craze that's very much alive and well today. Yeah, BTS era, right? Okay. Four Town is the group that May, the film's teenage heroine, and her friends are obsessed with. Yan yung boy band. The movie reminds how at one point in our youth, There is that one pop group that provides the soundtrack of our lives, even shapes our character or makes us do the craziest things. My God, even up to now, di ba, ang dami pa rin addicted sa BTS at mga boy bands, no? Lalo na K-pop boy bands. In the case of May and her besties, the fourth town becomes the reason behind their adventures, or rather, misadventures in the film. Director Domi Shi said in the press notes, they, four town members, represent that one band, that one song we all heard at her age that transformed us. Okay. Teka nga. Tingnan nyo, itong boy band. Well, anyway, there's an group of them that are crazy about this boy band. Okay. So their May's first crush, her first obsession is this boy band. Okay, the four town members represent that one band, the one song we all heard at her age that transformed us. This passion for Four Town is really her first step into adolescence. Okay, making Four Town the coolest fictional boy band of all time was quite a story in itself. During a roundtable interview with Asian media, the star asked producer Lindsay Collins the story behind Eilish and Phineas getting on board the project. Collins said, we were going to have this boy band, and once that became kind of a solid part of the script, we talked about, whether we should go to an existing boy band and see if they would be willing to write some songs for us. But then we were too enamored with the concept of creating our own boy band. And at the time, my kids were tweens and teens, and Billie Eilish was being played constantly in our house, and it was so clear to me that she was speaking to the youth, to them, okay? She had an ability to kind of really talk to this generation in the same way that I think we all had those kinds of musicians, boy bands, or whatever in our teen years that we felt like, okay? Oh my gosh, they're talking to me. And we wanted to really tap into that. That's the beauty of music or art or whatever that of that generation. It's when you feel like those songs were written for me. Itong sinabi ni Collins, okay? So itong si Grayson Villanueva, sino siya? Filipino-American singer Grayson Villanueva, okay? Lends his voice to Four Town's youngest member, si Taeyang. Taeyang nakalagay dito. Well, Taeyang yung pangalan, alright? Taeyang. Okay? In hopes of convincing sibling writing tandem to compose songs for Four Town, the filmmakers made their proposal through a scrapbook. Okay? Colin recalled to the star, and so we kind of sent them a scrapbook, a fake scrapbook, okay? They, the characters, would have made and kind of said, would you guys be willing to not sing a song for us, but rather write a boy band song circa 2002? And then how about 3? And we were like, they are never going to probably take the meeting, but they took the meeting and we pitched them a bunch of stuff in the movie and they were like, yeah, we're in. So that's the story how Billie Eilish got to write songs for this movie. So after that, they just kind of turned around really quick demos of the songs that we'd asked them to do. We were instantly like, oh my gosh, we played a couple for the crew and they'd be, I feel like I know this song. Like, I feel like I can already start to sing along to it. So it just felt such of a kind of a gift to them involved. The filmmakers particularly requested compositions that would each fulfill a different purpose and embrace the style of some of the most iconic boy band songs. Sinabi ni Sheena, the first one is the hit that everybody knows. Then, there's the earnest heart on your sleeve power ballad. The third is the party showstopper, the fun, energetic song. So, dapat, pinagawa nila kila Billie Eilish tatlo. We knew if we had those 3 songs, we could use them throughout the movie, okay? So, talking more about their songwriting process in the press notes, the brother-sister team said they had to channel an era that emerged before they could even talk. We had to write songs that would be popular in 2000, which at the time I was 1 year old, sabi ni Eilish, who made history as the youngest artist to win in all the major categories at the 2020 Grammy Awards, receiving awards for Best New Artist, Album of the Year, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Pop Vocal Album. Grabe, so talented, okay? But boy bands have a very specific sound, and it's music I grew up listening to and loved. It was really, really fun to just play around in that world and write in the mind of a corny boy. Our Nobody Like You, Phineas said, it's that song that feels like you've heard it a million times already. Boy bands are so good at doing that. It was such a fun challenge to write a song like that. I love playing with all of the double negatives. I've never met nobody like you. You've never not on my mind. You're never not by my side. Okay? Itong si Billie Eilish is, I think, brilliant, no? It takes a lot of rin talaga, intelligence to be creative and write songs with lyrics that are really catchy, right? Eilish added, the lyrics aren't always good grammar, and they can be hilariously corny. I've had friends and I've had buddies, it's true, but they don't turn my tummy the way you do. But they're being honest. They're trying to say something sweet, profound. True Love, the second song, is the type of number performed to give boy band members time to sit on chairs and take a break from choreography. Eilish said, I really enjoyed making this one because just sat down at the piano and got in the mind of this person who's heartbroken. It's raining, very melodramatic. Heavy rain on a Saturday when you said my name in the saddest way. Nothing numbs the pain. You're still the light of my life. I just love how dramatic it is. If I heard that song from somebody I was infatuated with when I was 13, well, oh my God. I'm going to clearly say that person's talking to me. Diba? The third fourth down song is the motivational You Know What's Up, which has a sing-along style, says Eilish. We wanted to make these fans feel confident and independent. I'm going to make it all the way. Just watch me. I'm going to hustle every day, making paper like it's origami. I only came to win the game. Can't stop me. Okay? As far as the animation of this movie, okay? Yan po. Okay. Watch out for Turning Red. Okay? Yung boy band dyan, yung bosses ay si Grayson Villanueva. Okay? Proud naman, no? So there. That's Turning Red, the movie. Okay? So, yun din yung pinag-usapan na it's made, the songs there are made by award-winning Billie Eilish at yung brother niya si Phineas. Okay? Alright? So, let me just put this away to give way to more news. Ako na naman ang mawawala niyan pagka pinindot ko ito eh. Alright? So, yeah, there's Turning Red that we should watch out for. Alright? And she turns into a red panda. Alright. Now let's go to, I was gonna talk about this yesterday, pero nawalan tayo ng oras. Talking about technology and social media that go hand in hand. Latest news regarding Russia and apps. Okay, so let me just hold on. Okay. Data leak from Russia delivery app shows dining habits of the secret police. Weird, diba? Ito yung mga nag-order ng pagkain sa Russia using apps, diba? Yung mga apps ng American apps at social media platforms tinanggal sa Russia, hindi sila makagamit. But anyway, let's talk about other things naman regarding that. Hold on, okay. Where's my Okay, let's talk about this because I wanted to talk about data leak from Russian delivery app shows dining habits of the secret police. Ano ibig sabihin? Okay, tingnan ang ganda naman ng delivery nila. May target na ganyan. A massive data leak from Russian food delivery service Yandex Food revealed the delivery addresses, phone numbers, mga pangalan, at saka delivery instructions belonging to those associated with Russia's secret police. Ano ba yan? According to findings from Bellingcat. Yandex Food, a subsidiary of the larger Russian internet company Yandex, first reported the data leak on March 1st, blaming it on the dishonest actions of one of its employees and noting that the leak doesn't include users' login information. Ano ba yan? Russian communications regulator Roskomnadzor has since threatened to fine the company up to 100,000 rubles, or 1,166 US dollars for the leak, which Reuters said exposed the information of about 58,000 users. Oh my God. Tignan mo yung in-orderan mong food company na expose yung private information mo sa buong mundo. I mean, sa buong country man lang. The Roskomnadzor also blocked access to an online map containing the data, an attempt to conceal the information of ordinary citizens as well as those with ties to the Russian military and security services. Ayan, nabuking tuloy kasi yung mga ginagawa nila, right? Bellingcat used the data to identify a person with ties to Alexei Navalny's poisoning. Researchers at Bellingcat gained access to the trove of information, sifting through it for leads on any people of interest, such as an individual linked to the poisoning of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny. By searching the database for phone numbers collected as part of a previous investigation, Bellingcat uncovered the name of the person who was in contact with Russia's Federal Security Service or FSB to plan the poisoning of Navalny. Tingnan niyo po sa galing ng technology, analytics, sa social media platform natukoy or na-trace nila kung sino yung ng paglalason kay Navalny. Ano ba yan? Diba? This is the wonder of technology. This is what I'm talking about, the relationship and the connection of technology to people's lives and how we go about going through processes of jobs, working, investigation. Ayan na po, yun yung na-trace, okay? Researchers at Bellingcat gained access to the trove of information. Imagine sifting through it for leads on any people of interest, such as an individual linked to the poisoning of Russian opposition leader Alex Navalny. And by searching the database for phone numbers collected as part of a previous investigation, ayan po, yung naipon na data. Bellingcat was unable to uncover the name of the person who was in contact with Russia's Federal Security Service to plan the poisoning. Bellingcat says this person also used his work email address to register with Yandex Food. Ang tanga, ginamit yung work email address. Hindi niya ba naisip talaga na traceable? Allowing researchers to further ascertain his identity. Hengot ka, diba? Ang ganda. Nagamit-gamit ka ng teknolohiya na hindi mo naintindihan. That's why I always say, diba? You have to learn how to make use of technology to work for you, not against you. In this case, yung teknolohiyang ginamit mo, ikaw hacker ka or whoever, planner ka ng papopoison, nag-backfire sa'yo, right? Ginamit mo ba naman yung work email address mo? Hello, yun? It's a legit email address. Researchers also examined the leaked information for the phone numbers belonging to individuals tied to Russia's main intelligence directorate, or GRU, or the country's foreign military intelligence agency. Oh my gosh. They found the name of one of these agents, Yevgeny, and were able to link him to Russia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and find even his vehicle registration information. Ganyan po ka-robust ang ating World Wide Web. Ganyan po ka-thorough ang pwede niyong malaman pag nagpagamit kayo ng internet. Imagine that, pati rehistro ng sasakyan ng isang tao na nalalaman. Bellingcat uncovered some valuable information by searching the database for specific addresses as well. When researchers looked for the GRU headquarters in Moscow, they found just 4 results, okay? A potential sign that workers just don't use the delivery app or opt to order from restaurants within walking distance instead. When Bellingcat searched for FSB Special Operations Center in a Moscow suburb, however, it yielded 20 results. Several results contained interesting delivery instructions, warning drivers that delivery location is actually a military base. One user told their driver, go up to the 3 boom barriers near the blue booth and call. After the stop for bus 110 up to the end, after the stop for bus 110 up to the end, while another said, closed territory. Go up to the checkpoint, call number in 10 minutes before you arrive. So this is what happens when the app is showing you a wrong thing, right? In a translated tweet, Russian politician and Navalny supporter Lyubov Sobol said the leaked information even led to additional information about Russian President Vladimir Putin's alleged secret daughter and former mistress. Thanks to the leaked Yandex database, another apartment Putin's ex-mistress Svetlana Krivnokiv was found. Sabot said. That's where their daughter Luisa Rosova ordered their meals. The apartment is 400M, worth about 170 million rubles, or $1.98 million. Ito po yung apartment ng mistress ni Putin. Okay? If researchers were able to uncover, okay, this much information based on data from a food delivery app, sipin nyo na lang po dahil lang to sa food delivery app yung mga analytics, ang dami nang nalalaman. It's a bit unnerving to think about the amount of information Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, and others have on users. In 2019, a DoorDash data breach exposed the names, email addresses, phone numbers, delivery order dates, delivery addresses, and the hashed salted passwords of 4.9 million people, a much larger number than those affected in the Yandex food leak. But the fact remains is nananakaw po ang ating data or information, right? Magaling talaga kasi ngayon mga hacker Talagang wala tayong, there's no way to go around it. But to just put the armament or yung paano natin i-protect yung sarili natin, right? Is to just be ready for it. Okay. On another note, a man gets 90 COVID shots to sell forged passes. What does it mean? Okay. Hold on, please. What does it mean? I'm just gonna check on something. All right. Okay. So, what does it mean? Itong balita na ito, tanggalin ko na muna yung mga nakaharang. Ay, hindi pa ito. Tapos na yung app. Okay? Tapos na. Alright. There you go. I'm done with you. So, man gets 90 COVID shots to sell forged passes. Ano yung sabihin? Sa Berlin po, sa Berlin ito, a 60-year-old man had himself vaccinated against COVID-19 dozens of times in Germany in order to sell forged vaccination certificates with real vaccine batch numbers to people not wanting to get vaccinated. Sira ulo tong, sorry pardon me itong engot na to Pinagkakitaan pa yung pagpo-forge at hindi papabakuna, hindi mo alam, buhay ng tao yung pina-affect mo. Crazy. Okay, the man from the eastern Germany city of Magdeburg, whose name was not released in line with the country's privacy rules, is said to have received up to 90 anti-coronavirus shots at vaccination centers in the eastern state of Saxony for months until criminal police caught him this month. Deutsche Press Agentur, DPA, or a German press agency, reported on Sunday. The suspect was not detained, but is under investigation for unauthorized issuance of vaccination cards and document forgery. Ito ang report ng DPA. He was caught at a vaccination center in Eilenburg in Saxony when he showed up for a COVID-19 shot for the second day in a row. Police confiscated several blank vaccination cards from him and initiated criminal proceedings. It was not immediately clear what impact approximately 90 shots of COVID-19 vaccines, which were from different brands. It was not immediately clear kung ano ang impact ng approximately 19 shots of vaccines from different brands sa isang health na isang tao. Diyos ko, hindi na overdose niya. Baka bionic na siya, baka naging AI na siya. Okay? So, yun po ang nangyari dyan. So, nahuli na yan. Okay? Na tao na nagpabakuna ng 60 times para ibenta. Okay? Alright. So, German police have conducted many raids in connection with the forgery of vaccination passports in recent months. So, rampant pala to sa Germany. Maraming ayaw magpabakuna pero gusto magbiyahe. So, bumibili ng fake na passport, ng vaccination certificate. Many COVID-19 deniers refused to get vaccinated in Germany. but at the same time want to have the coveted COVID-19 passports that make access to public life and venues such as restaurants, theaters, swimming pools, or workplaces much easier. Germany has seen high infection numbers for weeks, yet many measures to rein in the pandemic ended on Friday. Donning masks is no longer compulsory in grocery stores and theaters, but is still mandatory on public transportations. In most schools sa Germany po, students also no longer have to wear masks, which has led the Teachers Association to warn of possible conflicts in class. Okay? There's now danger that, on the other hand, our children who wear masks will be teased by classmates. Meron nga akong kwento dyan ito sa mga estudyante ko, mostly from Asia. And then some of them live in America or Canada or abroad. And they were saying daw, kanyari like sa New York at sa subway, makita mo maraming ibang tao wala ng maskara, pero ang most likely na merong mask, mga Asian. Most of the Asian people still wear masks and they stick like a sore throat from America or sa Europe when people are not wearing masks anymore. They continue to wear masks. Ask me why. Why? Because I think like for me, when I go out of the house, I still wear a mask. Because the virus is still out there, right? And we still don't know and haven't fully utilized our extent of education regarding these two things, okay? So there is now a danger that, on the other hand, children who wear masks will be teased by classmates as wimps and overprotective, or on the other hand, pressure will be exerted on non-mask wearers. Sinabi to ni Heinz-Peter Meidinger, president of the German Teachers Association. Okay, he told DPA this. He advocated a voluntary commitment by teachers and students to continue wearing masks in class and on school grounds, at least until the country goes on a 2-week Easter holiday. Okay. All right. Health experts say the most recent surge of infections in Germany, triggered by the Omicron BA.2 subvariant, may have peaked. On Sunday, the country's disease control agency reported 74,053 new coronavirus infections in a day, while less than a week ago it reported 111,224. Oh my gosh, okay? Overall, Germany has registered 130,029 deaths. 130,029 COVID-19 deaths na po sa Germany. Okay. Alright. Okay. Umuulan po ngayon, tumigil na yung ulan. Medyo makulimim, madilim dito. Alright. Okay, so going back to that, because talking about COVID-19 and health, let's go to this Go Health. Okay? Yung Google Health pala ako, hindi Go Health. Google Health. Okay, Google Health in 2022, the vision of billions of healthier people. Ano ibig sabihin po? Search giant Google announced a couple of health product updates on new areas of AI or artificial intelligence related research and development during that recently held the Checkpoint online event. Okay, the company shared how they are providing healthcare industry professionals with easy-to-use tools to help them take better care sa mga pasyente nila. Okay? Kasi yung COVID-19 pandemic strengthened our resolve that Google could and should help everyone, everywhere, have a healthier life. It has also accelerated our company with wide health efforts, according to Karen DeSalvo, Chief Health Officer of Google. So, healthcare options in search. When we have questions related to health, the first thing most people do is Google for answers. Okay? It is part of Google's mission to provide high-quality information when it is needed. The Google search team recently released features that will help people. Ito may bagong features, may bagong apps ng Google na makakatulong mag-navigate ng complex healthcare system for them to make more informed decisions like finding the right healthcare provider to take their insurance. Oh my God. Yan na nga, yung sinasabi ko. The company is currently rolling out in the US a feature that shows, ano pa tong klaseng app na to? It's a feature that shows appointment availability for healthcare providers. Mahusay naman talaga yan na mayroon ng health app so that patients can easily book the slots. Pero paano yan kung nasa ibang bansa ka? Mag-a-adjust ba yun sa mga doktor in that area and hospital? I think so too, right? Well, currently, Google is working with partners, including scheduling solution providers, to expand features, functionality, and its network of partners to make it easier for people to get the care they need, right? So, authoritative health content on YouTube. Okay, alamin natin ulit. Hold on please, I will just take a sip of water. I'd like to welcome friends to our show today. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, if you have any questions or suggestions or topics you want to talk about or resource people you want us to feature in the show, please feel free to email me at techiemommy@gmail.com or search me out at my Facebook, Bautista, so we can have all these avenues to work with regards to getting information from you and also referrals from you guys para sa mga pang-pag-usapan pang mga tema dito or mga resource people na gusto niya i-feature namin dito at mga kasagutan na gustong masagot. Alright? Ano ba yung kasagutan? Katanungang gustong masagot. Thank you so much. Sensya na po. So going back to what I was saying regarding Google, okay? One of the most helpful and powerful ways to help people make informed healthcare decisions is through video. So people can watch and listen to experts translate complex medical terms and information into simple language and concepts they easily understand. And they can connect with communities experiencing similar health and conditions and challenges. Diba? Tama. In the past year, YouTube has focused on building partnership with leading health organizations and public health leaders to increase the volume and visibility of authoritative team health content through new features. Okay, so yung Fitbit naman to. Okay, ito yung mga products na sinasabi ng gobyerno na makakatulong sa ating health situation. Okay. In the past year, YouTube has focused on building partnerships with leading health organizations and public health leaders to increase the volume and visibility of authoritative health content through new features. Recently naman po, yung YouTube added health source information panels on videos to provide content that helps viewers in Brazil, India, and in Japan, okay, to identify videos from authoritative sources and health content shelves that more effectively highlight videos from these sources when people search for specific health topics. These content cues help people easily navigate and evaluate credible health information. Okay? So ano naman to? Fitbit for heart health, di ba? Alam natin yung Fitbit, di ba? Yung mga relos na nag-monitor ng heart rate, ganyan. Okay? Fitbit makes it easy and motivating for people to manage their holistic health. Bakit? From activity and nutrition to sleep and mindfulness, Fitbit co-founder James Park shared how Fitbit believes wearables can have an even greater impact on supporting people with chronic conditions, including heart conditions. Okay? The Fitbit, ano po yung ginawang study ng Fitbit? Well, the Fitbit Heart Study was launched in 2020 po, with nearly 500,000 people using Fitbit. Okay? The goal was to test the PPG or the photophlethysmography AFib algorithm, which passively looks at heart rate data to alert people to signs of an irregular heart rhythm. Okay? Para maiwasan po yung magka-heart attack. Google presented the study results of the most recent American Association meeting, showing that the algorithm accurately identified and diagnosed AFib 98% of the time. The same study and algorithm have been submitted to the US FDA for review. Okay. So, ayun po yun. Balita tungkol sa sa gadgets and technology. Okay? Alright. So now, moving forward from that po, yung paggamit ng Google ng mga health apps na to promote good health. Maraming salamat naman for continuously developing and learning new things to improve our lives even better. Okay? So, kasali doon sa 90 booster shots na ginawa ng mama in connection to this, okay? Health expert favors mandating COVID-19 booster shots. Ayan po, oh. Nandito po yan sa ating, ayan. So, ayan. Okay? Healthcare experts favors mandating COVID-19 booster shots. Well, let's see. So, diba, debate pa nito nila sa Amerika yung tungkol sa kung tama lang ba yung booster shot pa or case-to-case na lang. Well, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, the other day, they made an announcement na sinabi nila sa presidente ng Amerika, okay, na he's okay to have the elderly, the healthcare workers, tsaka yung mga comorbidities or immune system concerns, na sila ay it's a must na magpa fourth shot or second booster. Okay? Yan po. Okay? Well, a healthcare expert on Sunday said that he is in favor of mandating booster COVID-19 shots, especially for on-site workers that will carry the country's economy. Health reform advocate and former special advisor of the National Task Force Against COVID, Dr. Anthony Tony Lechon, said that the government should mandate the booster vaccination against COVID-19. I-mandate na raw. Bakit? Sabi nila, bago natin i-donate ang mga bakuna, ay dapat muna natin kasi hindi pa kompleto ang ating mga primary vaccines. Nasa 63 million pa lang tayo at ang boosters natin ay mababa pa rin. Ang tunay na definition ng full vaccination ay dapat 3 doses. Yung first and second, tapos yung third na yung unang booster shot. Kaya ang Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, ang CDC, ay nagsasabi na dapat ay 3 doses. Before we donate the vaccines, we must use them for our own because our first primary vaccines are not yet completed. We are only 63 million and our boosters are still low. The true definition of full vaccination should be 3 doses. So, the CDC says it should be 3 doses. Okay? Meanwhile, Lechon also reiterated that the Department of Health or DOH should revise the country's definition of fully vaccinated. Okay? Ang unang-unang dapat gawin ng gobyerno, okay, ay, ano yun? Particularly ang Department of Health or ang DOH, through the National Vaccination Operations Center or ang NBOCI, ideklara ang complete vaccination ay 3 doses. Dapat nilang sabihin yon. Marami sa mga kababayan natin, akala nila pagkatapos ng 2 dose ay tapos na. Ang kailangan po natin ay 3 injection or 3 bakuna. Dapat i-require ito ng Department of Health through the NVOC. I know, kasi mga ibang tao, kampante na eh. Kala na pag 2 shot, okay na yon. Sabihin natin sa Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases or yung IATF, dapat para sa ganun ay may mandato ito. The first thing the government, particularly the Department of Health, okay, should do through the NBOC is to declare that complete vaccination is 3 doses, not 2. Okay? Many Filipinos thought that 2 vaccine doses is enough. But what we need is 3 doses, and the DOH should require it through the NBOC and tell IATF for it to be mandated. Okay? The health expert also added that the country lacks a concrete vaccine education. Totoo naman. Ang daming wala namang nalalaman tungkol sa bakuna na yan, nagpapabakuna lang. Right? Adding that many became complacent when the number of infections in the country declined. Totoo, nung bumababa na yung infection, feeling nila hindi na nila kailangan magpabakuna lalo. Right? Tsaka, okay na. Lalo ng booster shot, diba, binaliwala na. However, the ongoing global COVID-19 surges and waning vaccine immunity proven in Israel and America, Lichon stated that no one should be complacent and get boosted instead. Tama naman. Furthermore, di ba? Kasi yung mga nabakunahan na ng 2 beses, nagkaka-COVID pa ulit di ba? So, to further fortify, di ba, magpa-booster na tayo, okay? Furthermore, as he campaigns for mandatory booster COVID-19 vaccines, okay, COVID-19 vaccines for mga on-site safe workers, he added that this should be mandated pati sa mga eskwelahan at institutions before the implementation of the targeted face-to-face classes in 2022. I think tama naman din siya. Bago tayo mag-face-to-face, dapat lahat ng teacher bakunado na ng 3 beses, right? Ang missing link natin ngayon ay nasa elderly, okay? Sa matatanda po, marami po ang hindi nakakapagpabakuna considering na sila po ay vulnerable. Number 2 ay ang ating mga less than 18 years old, lalo na yung mga 5 to 12 na bata, ay magpapasokan na sa July. Agree ako with Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship, Joey Concepcion, na dapat ay maimandato na yung 3 bakuna para protektahan ang ating mga empleyado, diba? Economic sector, as well as our medical frontliners. Currently, our missing link is with the elderly. Many are still not vaccinated, considering that they are all vulnerable. Number 2 are those below 18 years old, especially those 5 to 12-year-olds who will go back to school in July. I agree with Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship, Joey Concepcion, that 3 doses should be mandated to protect our employees, economic sector, as well as our medical frontliners. As of March 30, 2022, 12,018,418 individuals in the country has so far been boosted against COVID-19. Okay? So magandang balita yan, right? Okay. So, ano pang atin? Well, sige. Just a little bit of ano lang, no? Parang nasunod ako sa Russian-Ukraine war that just in, okay? From Washington, this news, Russia, okay? Russia has withdrawn, okay, 2/3 of its forces near Kiev. Itong official po as of today, April 5, sabi ng Reuters, okay? Galing sa Washington sa Amerika. I really love technology talaga na nakakatulong sa atin makalaman ng mga information na to. Okay, Russia has repositioned about 2/3 of its forces, okay, from around Kiev, with many consolidating in Belarus, where they are expected to be refit, resupplied, and redeployed elsewhere in the Ukraine. A senior U.S. defense official said nung Monday po. Kahapon. Over the weekend, Ukraine said its forces had seized back all areas around Kiev, claiming complete control of the capital region for the first time since Russia launched the invasion. Okay? The U.S. official, speaking on the condition of anonymity, told reporters that the United States estimated that prior to the pullback, there had been just under 20 battalion tactical groups focused on Kiev. That was less than 1/6 of the battalion tactical groups that the Kremlin deployed for the invasion. Di ba? Paano matatalo yun? Sko, kakuto lang compared sa pinadala ng Russia. We still assess that the vast majority of the more than 125 battalion tactical groups that the Russian invested in this invasion are still in Ukraine, the official said. The official estimated that Russian forces that had withdrawn from around Kiev would likely be redirected towards eastern Ukraine, but this was not confirmed. What we'll continue to believe is that they're going to be refit, resupplied, perhaps maybe even reinforced with additional manpower and then sent back into Ukraine to continue fighting elsewhere. As Russian troops regrouped for battles in the East Ukraine, towns surrounding Kiev bore scars of the war. Pero yan po magandang balita, umalis na po doon sa most parts of Kiev ang mga Russia. And on that note po, we'd like to end today's episode or today's programming po. Maraming salamat for those who joined us today. And of course, please have a good lunch, okay? However way you're spending your lunch or where, have a good lunch po and continue to keep healthy and of course have faith, hope, and love in your hearts. So, end of the day, 3 bagay lang po, faith, pananampalataya, hope, pag-asa, and love. Thank you very much. This has been Bautista for Buhay Online. Maraming salamat po!
Inyong natunghayan at napakinggan ang mga makabagong pamamaraan sa mundo ng online sa pamamagitan pa rin ng Broad Stream Cast Communicators.